wish for court case die. Say a cocoto, say the case in Nau. The internet cancer. Dr. Zaato. Na she wa babontin ki kan simbi. Na anoshi ye pa. Na in some more can Ćasέ. Chief Justice Torkono aye brand hu. Just a court e ho akoni aba. Demonstration hodo e koso nyina echi no. The omu nyina no akwa gugu. End of the matter. Bibia wu. Na oka akwa kusi saying. Or say Chief Justice Torkono, she is gone forever. If she is gone forever, that means Chief Justice Torkono any office BM. So being office BM, madam is ya permanent. Now okanya kusi say at the end of this month, you may power new Chief Justice for Supreme Court. After so can say Chief Justice Torkono. So court the name is either permanent free a year baby or the suspension or the woman or anything or the court. She is gone forever. And the new CJ I ain't ye by power no a bay within this month. I just say why the what she did in the time now. No real no and I'll say a year J-Man Sandukui and the two deputies some of the tennis boss master and also. And almost so yelling. Almost so aka. Almost so they are gone forever. Or can I say at the end of this year, J-Mensa will be no more. A year boss master and some of the day will be no more. And President John Dramani Mahama I shall say prepare new EC for a Ghana coming good thing about.
Let students of law use it and learn.
The law doesn't say that.
I'm not saying, I just said that. I'm saying the law doesn't say that. But he could say that, I will do that. I don't think if he does that, somebody's going to arrest him and send him to jail. No. I don't think if he publishes it for the sake.
You want the president to commit...
no, the law says he cannot, it should be, but the law says if he publishes, he go to jail. Did he say it's a crime punishment?
There are no specific...
Exactly. The law says that the thing must be heard in camera. But the law didn't say that you cannot publish it. I'm just saying that. The law doesn't say that. So he can publish it. It is his, he can publish it. He has executive power, I think he can publish it. To do that, to bring some transparency. But ultimately, the final what I'm saying is that Justice Torkono is gone. There will be a new Chief Justice by the end of the year or by the end of this month. It's done any day, she's gone, that is finished. The only way she's going back there is to go and pack her personal stuff. She's left them there and go home, even though she's not going there. And the moment this is done, watch, we are moving to EC. The EC chair and the two deputies are also gone. So we are going to have new EC chairs, new chief justices, and we are moving on. That is the game, and that is the political strategy. And I'm telling you, the hawks in NDC have won. They've been able to convince the president, take him around, and they're having their way.
Okay. But so are you saying the hawks in MPP won when Ćasě was taken off?
Yes.
Very interesting. So at the end of the day, it also means that we have the key individuals who are in civil society saying that we should allow the processes of the law to be undertaken. And then also saying that the president, because this will be a momentous occasion, will be setting maybe a bad precedent. But again, once with the Loretta Lamte and Ćasě issue.
Yeah.
For you, as a lead political party, you're even in government, are you worried about setting the wrong precedents, also to speak? Not.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Roland.
Let's say you remove the head of the judiciary. It also means that the next time, let's say the MPP government comes into office again, they will remove an NDC appointment.
The MPP will come, not the movement for change.
Okay. Let's say. Let me rephrase.
I have told you that we are going to metamorphose into a political party. So please don't give them this unfettered power as though they are the only political.
Solomon Owusu, please. Yes. I apologize. Let me rephrase. So the next time we have the MPP, the Movement for Change, or the PNC.
Yes, they are also
and the others come into office. Can they also remove an NDC appointed Chief Justice?
Yeah, thank you very much, Roland. Me, as far as the process being followed so far are legal, we from the NDC side, we have no problem at all. because it is only a problem when we are not going through the due processes. And in fact, there's a reason why the framers of the Constitution made provisions for those things. It's not Mahama who is decided on that. It's the 1990 Constitution. So as far as we are within the Constitution, we are good to go. And also remember that, maybe you've forgotten, I want to remind my colleague, my learned friend, that even before Nanado left office, there were petitions to remove the Chief Justice.
There was one from Professor
Yes,
Asari.
In fact, even the process kickstarts.
It went to the Council of State. They did establish a prima facie.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know.
What's your point with that?
The point I'm trying to raise for him is that he's making it look like when President Mahama came to power, that he invited petitions. It's not like that. Before he even came, there were petitions there. You see, sometimes when we are speaking, I will advise my learned friend that let's speak to what is within the law.
You're not learned.
Okay.
You're PhD.
I will advise my colleague.
Lawyers call themselves learned.
I will advise my colleague.
No, I don't know what that means. Why should we are not learned?
It's not invited for discussion.
I will advise my colleague that let's rather help educate the people. Because as we hear, many people are listening to us. Once it's within the law, let's make it clear that it's within the law. Then when we go home, we can make our political talk out of it. For instance, during Charles Osei's time, what did we see? Everything was done in camera. The report was never ever published. But this, my own brother, is now asking Mahama to add another, job to his work, to publish the findings of whatever the committee will come out with. If the hearing is done in camera, how can you come and ask us to publish the report? Because that's the Constitution. So my brother Solomon was drawing his attention, but didn't pay attention to that. He was trying to ask him, should Mahama commit another illegality? But he didn't understand that statement. Because if the processes are to be held in camera, it is that camera process that led to the report or the findings. So how can you promise the report? So what's the sense of going in camera? So for me, if it's not, he could have suggested the same thing during Sarah's assessment.
Well, he said for clarity, it's an option that the president could. Because the law is not straitjacket saying you should or should not.
Yes.
So once there's no clarity on that, the president can take that option.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, I just told you that even the process, the whole of the process is supposed to be held in camera. If it's supposed to go to the public domain, why are you hearing the process in camera? Is it not the same product that led to the report? It is what is discussed or what is done within the committee level that goes into the report to the president. So if you now release that report to the public, then what have you done? Why the need for the camera hearing at first? This is what I want my own brother to understand. And before...
On the subject of the precedent.
Of the precedent.
Well, it's not... The precedent being the first time we'll be removing the head of the judiciary in the Fourth Republic,
yes,
even though the other independent organs of states.
Yes.
Like the Shraj as well as the EC head.
Rola,
he says they are not the same.
When you try to push him to the wall, he tried to struggle a bit, but I could see him struggling. When you raise the issue about Ćasě, he was trying to say that these are not the same arms of government. It's true. Okay? If they're not the same arms of government, even to a point, let's say, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, this is the first time also that she was removed, using the same process.
Again, Article 146.
Exactly. Was the petition not actually forwarded to the Chief Justice at the time by a president of the state? And did the Chief Justice not acted on the same petition and remove the person? What has Mahama done wrong? It's the same process. Even in fact, when you petition to remove any of the justices at the Supreme Court, do you know the process? It is rather the CJ, the Chief Justice, who have to receive the same petition. And in fact, the CJ, together with other people to be added to him, will sit on the same case, just as it's being done now. Just that now what's happening now is about the Chief Justice. But it's the same process also for what? The other judges of the Supreme Court. And in fact, a judge was sacked under this current government, the previous government, just because of those what are grounds of
and not justice of the Superior Courts.
Are
you talking in relation to the Anas
Arabian issue? So for me, there's every clear condition or evidence that Mahama is doing nothing wrong, but rather following the due process. So should any political party come back to government and follow the same due process to get their way out? For me, it's about the law. Just as they are saying, once you didn't go out of the law to get a Chief Justice or any of the Supreme Court judges removed ABCD, we have no problem. So we will not call our head off when somebody come and do what we are doing, whether they go with the law. Solomon
Osu, are we setting precedents negatively, positively? What? Or the law is the law?
The law is the law.
The law is the law.
And the CJ even said it.
The law is the law.
The CJ said the law is the law.
Let me also say that this business of people trying very hard to say that the CJ's position is so weighty position and that you cannot compare it to the EC's office. I disagree. Because you see, the fundamental principles that we operate with in this country is that all men are equal before the law. All women are equal before the law. You cannot tell me because someone is a chief justice, if she goes to steal plantain, you must discount that and rather punish that ordinary person who is on the street for stealing plantain.
So what you're saying is that the Constitution gives everybody the right to be heard or not or to defend or not to defend, and then processes to be punished or not to be punished.
That's it. And if the Constitution envisages that there will not be a time to remove a Chief Justice, there is no way we will have that provision in the Constitution. Once it is there, then it means that we can use. Today is a Chief Justice. Tomorrow there will be the President. We did not have the balls or the tenacity to as it were, put in motion the provision that removes a president. Either the President Kufuor would have gone.
You mean it could have been impeached?
The way he was behaving,
he should have been
impeached long ago. Impeached. But you see, we are afraid. Here again, you listen to Dr. Zaato. It must be difficult. Why must it be difficult to remove a president? Why must it be difficult to remove a Chief Justice? Why must it be difficult to remove Speaker of Parliament? I myself, I want to send a petition to the Parliament to remove the Speaker of Parliament. You remember the committee that was set for destruction of properties?
Yeah.
What has come out of that?
Yeah.
Was that committee not set up by the Speaker of Parliament? So when you have these things happening and you say it must be difficult to remove such people, then how would this country develop? So let the laws of the land work. The Chief Justice must go and face the committee, and I will plead with the committee members that they must be fair to all sides. Make sure that if she's not at fault, nobody forces fault on her. But the way and manner political activists are behaving as though the Chief Justice has been found guilty. Is she guilty now? She has not been.
Like what Dr. Ćasě is saying.
Yes.
You think it's premeditated?
Premeditated, but in a way, I would have called for her negotiation. I want to see her exit.
You keep mentioning negotiation. You
it's
mean you shouldn't allow the
process to terminate? It's very, very important.
Why?
For posterity. You see, now if you take an entrenched position, government takes an entrenched position, where would we be heading to? And like Dr. Ms. Ansari was saying, public policy, the stability of the country is very important. So in such matters, we negotiate backstage so that the unity of the country continues. And not that we will just be throwing in tantrums. So I have no difficulty at this stage. The Constitution must be reviewed so that some of the things that we are raising today in terms of openness will be brought to bear in our subsequent deliveries. And that when someone decides to petition, right from the petition to the time that a prima facie case is established, everything is open, the hearings at the committee levels become open, and all other processes. And also the Supreme Court, we must find a way of dealing with the issue of May, where the suspension, where legal luminaries are raising the issue of there should have been regulation, and others are saying that, look, no, have you been to any court? When you go and they are dealing with you as though you are no human being. But we have given them that power. Unyobia. But what is it? What is so difficult about you also submitting yourself to the law? Oyobi. So we that are paying here, we are no Obi.
All right, so we'll get to the code of conduct and look at that also. Look, there are important issues we have to deal with. It is 120 days of the John Mahama-led government, and we know that today exactly is that 120-day that will be ending, close of day. And Dr. Zaato, what's your own assessment? What do you think, if you have to take the boxes, are good? And what do you think are the downside? Let's start with the good ones.
Thank you very much. I think that the whole idea of, if you want to take boxes, as you've said,
I just asked it.
I know. I'm starting there. You want to take boxes with the 120-day social contract. You will take almost all of them. If you tick boxes and you are looking at it just through statistics, I don't want to mention statistics because the expert is here. I don't want him to. No, you will see that he would have ticked all the boxes. He would have ticked all of them. So if you are looking at it quantitatively and just by percentages, he would have done all of that. I don't want to do that. I want to move the argument somewhere else. And I want to focus on two main issues that were in the social contract. Item number 3, code of conduct. His Excellency the President says he was going to have a code of conduct. And actually, he published the code of conduct. Thank you, Your Excellency. I'm glad that you've published a code of conduct. I'm glad that you've published something that will be there to guide Ghanaians. But on his way out to launch the code of conduct, he was breaking the code of conduct he himself was launching. And he said 2 bad precedents. There's a headline here I want to read from an expert who says, you don't accept, then donate, you reject. Somebody or some people donated 2 vehicles to His Excellency the President. Who were they? Why did they donate them? And what is it with His Excellency President money and car donations? What is it? Why does he attract people so much who want to donate cars to him? What is it?
But don't you think it's rather good?
This is the point I'm making.
Is it not good that
no, it's not. The president rejects, you don't accept it, and then later you come and donate it. Imagine this happened to a police officer standing somewhere. Then you come, he says, collect 10,000 cedis and let me do this. But you do it. Then the next day he says, oh, I have no conscience, I have not brought the money back. Will the law leave him? Imagine any scenario under which a public servant, an ordinary Ghanaian, receives, they are the same. You receive it. Why did you? First of all, if you understand, who gave him the car? Who? 2. Why? What did they want? What if we later get to know that they got what they wanted? What if we get to know that he was actually influenced? If you want to insist on this thing, you reject it completely. You say that, look, don't bring me. Or the question then becomes, there's another question. When did they give him, when did they make this donation? When was it done? When? How long did you keep this car?
So you think that's a
so
wrong?
For me, that is a wrong way to start talking about ethics and code of conduct. You don't collect, go and put it there for how long, for when. Maybe you were compromised when you collected it. Maybe you are about to be compromised when you collected it. You now write.
Ćasě enya asem ketua na uti ni nsema wakana ose eye ECG mensa and the 2 deputy Ćasě ni se samotete ene eye boss masare no. Omo nyina no, they are gone forever. And they are gone forever was shared that kura the President John Dramani Mahama the best select new easy for Ghana. I was at the end of this year, it be choose a new EC. But the CJ in there at the end of this month, the new CJ will come. So Chief Justice Torkono is no more the Chief Justice Torkono. She's gone forever. Meaning President John Dramani Mahama the nephew forever, with the help of Council State, with the help of the Constitutional or my nephew Kesi Newz. Hey, Obiang can be Chief Justice the free. Winning near my daughter Zaato the eka. Just need some knock on any brief. No, you know, and I'll say a petition or do I just say I hate it and this another John Dramani Mahama. That petition for the removal of CJ no. Yes, sir, petition at that table so fiti. I go for the time, and yet nasem na like and yet nasem. Fiti I go for the time no made. This petition by back for the heading. Wow, or the 2 way for. See, Mama buy no that petition for us I buy. No, sadly, and the bresem. Although during Mama campaign on Wakazaka say, you will make sure say a year the judiciary no or make sure the name I akoto totin or na eno na ma is MPP for the ekase Mahama County campaign as also be Chief Justice the free war. It's a brofano because review and a council almost in Naipe. So that petition at that watch. So Mahama Nade will take action on that petition. Petition as I ordinary president, a binimia policy for Nina. I just say, Kuka, question Nano. Is he according to Zaato no? In Jomun Jai the Dino, because Chief Justice Grandpa say, the law is the law. Don't matter the noise that you make, the law is the law. You know, and what can say about that short to say, Quang Kura, or fast in the free office. Nay, pa. Because Nipa on your she, Nipa on committee crime beer, now multi may in a free office there. And the ye 80 okanya kwesi se then time ni CJ even so far akufo no e ka che eye Ćasě se onya botre na buina already opre so person who that a petition ni zabe can be omo yesa no mede omo yi ni free but that's the former CJ so far akufo na ngasa get a fairness area ma CJ get to Torkono sani etete na owi no ana say Akroma fazo yi Ćasě free no na eya so ebi deal dia ni kwan so yeden PowerPoint be so cause nipa otwe petition kwampo e nim nipa koro ano na NDC communicator ba kon so yeden okanwa oni Solomon ya adwen kan say President John Dramani mama and committee ni crime bia because her article 146 of the constitution stating clear say BBC here or say the president no and the council of state na council of state near the advice no so we go the council of state to any BBC here move vote here majority of the council of state can say on call na ebi we say no almost suspending no and on years on me share asem ni mo ampanya pa almost suspending no on me dem share on me asem ni mo e go see sen the go say say Assembly nyanya hwehwemu wi investigative committee mu nyanya hwehwemu wi but MP before I start a demonstration me before I start the court ni ade but anyway dey see Supreme Court ni part so atin CJ no omo baase nyina ere bongalat no we no say Solomon say your bar so your bema law need do a do nobody is above the law even the president crampo no committee ya I was tell law ni need inti kwan cry for so de eye obi ba office no must say any difficult no sounds so any kwan say difficult say be ni pa ko na every office because Dr. Zaato make some allegation some agenda bi kase it will be very difficult to remove a CJ from office after no say no Solomon can say any difficult sir because the man na course na dey kwan cry for so do buy no easy no sounds na be easy be remove from office just what can say chokobesa ni petition akọ speaker say albeko president some ko omuyi speaker ba free because they may be of course na enya papa just say some kind na do so yipa e bit ma che adwen or comments be so asha ma dan for so ni bi ahwe higher for NCČ coming now.